I'm sitting here with Christine, and it feels like everything I'm saying, she's like, oh, poor you, poor you. Or she's kind of giving that impression. I'm like, no, I'm fine. We are not reconciling. I'm not hoping he's coming around. I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve. And it's just wild to me that I keep getting this vibe from Christine that, oh, you deserve more. I'm like, yes, of course I do. And I'm taking it for myself. I'm doing more. Like, you have to know, I would consider a plural marriage again. Like, I like it.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, October 23rd, 2023. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Well, the most recent episode of Sister Wives was by far one of the more boring episodes. And I'm going to share in this video some details that came out at the very end of the episode in a conversation between Janelle and Christine. And if you know anything about my platform, I am definitely not a fan site or even someone that enjoys watching Sister Wives. In fact, I am someone that is completely anti-polygamy and have spent the better part of years trying to debunk and to show another side of polygamy that's the truth. What we're still seeing on the show, unfortunately, are women that are still very much stuck in the mindset and have not extracted themselves from the belief system. Christine Brown, who was a very loud advocate for polygamy for years, has changed her position, and she is now what I would call anti-polygamy. But she can't be anti-polygamy because she is on a pro-polygamy show. Fans have said that Sister Wives is not a pro-polygamy show. Unfortunately, it is. As long as Kody exists on this platform, and even though he says publicly he is not a polygamist, he would live in polygamy if he could. He would literally have all of these wives under his thumb still if he had his way. And Janelle Brown, whether she's doing this for the show, for ratings, or this is just truly what she believes, her statements on this episode were shocking, not shocking, wishy-washy, concerning, and I was frustrated with her getting frustrated with Christine. Many of you know that Christine is not a perfect person. She has for sure been someone that has been dramatic on this show. She has had her own parenting issues. She has been involved in this cult since she's been born, and she's now out. On Sister Wives, it appears that her new goal is, if she's not going to be pro-polygamy anymore, she is going to be try to pro-save Janelle from this cult of Kody and get her out of polygamy. But unfortunately, Janelle admitted to her yesterday that despite all of it, she still believes in this faith. She would take Kody back, and she almost got mad at Christine for Christine being right that Janelle was being wishy-washy, not seeing the truth, and wasn't done with Kody. I still don't think that Janelle is done with Kody. Even though she claims she is, I don't see it. She would go back. She's been separated from him in the past. If he were to give her what she wanted, she would go back. And ultimately, she said something that was just so weird. Like, she called her marriage friends with benefits. Like, who says that? So let's dive into the topic. Give this video a thumbs up before we start, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. So setting the stage is this conversation's happening at a vacation rental that she has gotten in Flagstaff while she's in town for work and seeing the family, Christine. And she and Janelle go downstairs after they have a dinner where they talk about the holidays, which is weird, and have a conversation about what they're going to do for the holidays. And then she wants to know what Janelle's plans are for the future and where she's at with Kody.
but I wouldn't live polygamy again.
What do you like about it?
I like my independence.
Wait, you would consider...
I would consider plural marriage again.
You really would?
Yeah.
Do you still believe in the faith?
I do.
The faith part of it?
Yeah, I do. But look, it'd have to be one of those things. Like when I saw Kody, there was definitely a spiritual, like, oh my gosh, you know this guy. So if something like that happened, sure.
No, the amount of heartbreak that those other wives are going to go through, I would never want to put anybody through that.
Last week in a video, I said that Christine and Janelle's relationship was not as close as they make it seem on the show, and I fully believe it. I don't believe these two are close beyond filming, appearances for the show, interviews for the show, content that's filmed for the show. I don't know how much they're getting together outside of that at this point. And they are so diametrically opposed in their belief systems that they're not going to have a lot in common outside of their family unit. Christine and Janelle were not friends before Kody or when they were married to Kody. Even when Christine wanted to move to Utah a few years ago on the show, Janelle offered her literally no sympathy, didn't console Christine when she was crying. Janelle has been, for the most part, tolerant of Christine, but I would say Janelle is now vacillating to Christine on the show because one, she's not with Kody, so she needs to film with someone. Two, her kids love Christine. And three, the only way that she can have a connection to the family is now through Christine. So I know they say publicly that they're still sister wives, that they love each other, blah, blah, blah. Filming to me is like, okay, they're not as close as they seem because they're just not. There's just no way. And Janelle would put another wife through it again by joining another family, and Christine would not. That's a very big polarizing difference of opinion. Janelle is willing to do this to herself again, despite everything that her children have gone through, despite what she's gone through. It's shocking.
Okay. Like we've been friends with benefits for years, and I think I'm ready now for something a little bit more. If he were to give me what I needed in a relationship, I would stay.
He's not going to stop being Robin's husband. Janelle's. She has an amazing husband. From me looking in, it's everything that I ever wanted in a husband. What Robin had.
This poor, foolish, brainwashed, and sadly, I'm sure, insecure woman, Janelle, is referring to a marriage that she's touted on this show for 13 years outside of the last several seasons, that she and Kody were lovers and they were best friends and they had this amazing relationship. She misses him in her bed, she said. She wants to be his lover. She would go back to him if he gave her what she wanted. But then on the same breath, she'll say, her views and his views are diametrically opposed. She doesn't want patriarchy. She didn't sign up for that, even though she did. And Christine says that Robin has the best husband, and then she actually stops herself and says that, and I cut it off, but she stops herself and she said she couldn't believe she said that. She finds Kody's behavior disgusting. And Christine obviously can't fathom why Janelle would want to go back to him. And Janelle, who calls a marriage, and this was not a marriage. You weren't in a marriage if you were a friend with benefits. What benefits did you get from Kody? He took all of your money. You had kids with him that he didn't raise, that actually you didn't even raise. Christine raised them, and your son Logan raised them. It's just very, I don't know. Janelle is just, Christine has more patience than I do.
But so my point is, I think plural marriage works if everybody's really trying. I'm really at a loss because my faith would say I can't just easily be released or walk away because our marriages are so sacred to us, right? I can't remarry until I'm released. That's the idea, that I'm released from my covenants. But I'm no longer even part of that religious community. There's nobody that I can go to and say, hey, can I be released so I can get married again?
Janelle is absolutely ridiculous in this moment. Absolutely ridiculous. The Brown family has not been members of the Apostolic United Brethren since, I don't know, 2013, 2014, 10 years. There's no authority of that church over Janelle and the family. On top of that, they were married. If they don't buy into that faith anymore and they don't buy into that church, their sealing of time and all eternity by those leaders is meaningless. They don't have a covenant. They were sealed under a covenant that was by who? Owen Allred in 1993 or 4. If they don't believe in that church anymore, those leaders hold nothing over their heads. And Janelle is ridiculous. This woman was already divorced. So for her to act like she can't get divorced is ridiculous. It's nonsense. This is a woman that just, for whatever reason, whether it's the show, whether she can't get over Kody, it's an excuse. And a couple years ago, last season, when Christine said that she was divorced, Janelle said, well, she doesn't believe, so she doesn't need to be released. Well, Janelle, you just said you don't believe in that church anymore, but you believe in the faith, so you don't need to be released either. Because guess what? You weren't married. You were never married. You were friends with benefits. You
have to go through all of these steps to get a release. And they're not even fully released until you have sex with the next guy. Sorry.
Usually, our church would say you're divorced. You have to go ask for a divorce. You know, technically, until Christine is physical with another man, she's not divorced.
That's not true. Sorry. I've never heard that in my life.
That was some comic relief we needed because I felt like I was going to poke an eyeball out with my frustration with Janelle this episode. And if people are wondering if Janelle's views have changed, they haven't. I did a video last week and in my comments, people said, well, we don't know that this is what Janelle believes still because this was a year and a half ago. Janelle gave an interview with People magazine in August of 2023. It is October of 2023. At the time, Janelle said that she still believed in plural marriage. She still believed in her faith and she would go into another plural relationship. That's the only way that she said she would get married again. Janelle Brown still believes she is spiritually married to Kody. Janelle Brown is the new Mary right now. She is living in limbo because she thinks she can't leave him because they're sealed for time and all eternity, which is a lie that this church has made up and this faith has made up. And she believes that she can't leave him until she's released. And she still believes in this faith. She still believes. She said it to People magazine. So unless she's lying in August, she still believes. And Christina's going to say that Kody will never be anybody but Robin's husband, which is true. Legally, he is Robin's husband. You know, in the same episode, she revealed that Kody would go over to her house or go over to her RV and stay with her. And then in the morning, he would leave. In the morning, he would just take off to go home to Robin's house to bring the kids to school. He would leave her. He would show up at 7 o'clock at night, hang out with her that evening, go home early in the morning. So he'd go over for a booty call. That's it. That's not a marriage. Janelle. Oh my goodness, Janelle. She says she's a feminist and she says that she doesn't like the patriarchy, but she is literally, as Christine said, she's settling for scraps.
I keep saying, okay, God, is this what I'm facing? 4 years? I mean, what's the deal here? But so far, I'm happy and I'm content, but nothing else seems to be happening. So I'm just staying put.
What did she say? Benefits, friends with benefits, something? That's not a marriage. He'll just continue to give her scrap.
He wanted everything to be lived. He's not pining in any way for the family that he's lost, except for when his ego is involved and it makes him look bad that his family is no longer intact.
So basically, after all of that, we learn that Janelle is staying in Flagstaff because she is waiting around for Kody to see if he will change. It sounds a lot like Mary, where she waited around to see if things changed. The difference between the situation with Kody and Janelle and Kody and Mary is that Kody wants Janelle back. He didn't want Mary back. Kody wants Janelle back because she literally works. She's low maintenance. He can bulldoze her and steamroll her, and he can get sex from her with little to no engagement outside of showing up at her house to do some front hugging and then leave it. And he's never gonna be anyone's husband but Robin's. And he says that Robin's the love of his life. She's not. He said the same thing about Mary. Whoever is giving him what he needs is the love of his life. He is a fickle man that only loves himself. Kody is just disgusting. And the fact that she still waits for him, it's just sad. I mean, I've lost a lot of respect for Janelle because even after how he's treated her kids, even after how he's mistreated Savannah, she goes on a date with him, even after the way that her family life was exploited by him, even after all of the money he took from her, she would still go back to him. She is like so trauma bonded to this man. And she still believes in polygamy and still believes they're spiritually married, even today. Janelle, wake up. And Christine is just trying to help her. And Janelle's like, I'm done with him. I'm not reconciling. And then minutes later, she's like, well, we'll see if it gets better. I mean, I'd take him back if it got better. So in one breath, she's not reconciling with him. It's over. In the next breath, she's like, well, I would take him back. Janelle, are you doing this for ratings, or is this really what you think? Our next season, we going to see Janelle and Kody get back together? I'm trying to figure this out. I can't. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.